Yeah, I think this season hasn't been that good, unfortunately.
The faces tell you everything.
Schalke currently play in Bundesliga 2 and also more in mid-table.
Im Mittelfeld.
A dismal night for Schalke.
Bochum's season has been a bit of a roller coaster.
Much work for Bochum.
But even after defeats, we always get back up again.
The atmosphere here is fantastic.
Football is part of the mentality here. It's really still footballing romance.
A
derby like this is always special for the region, but obviously a little bit more for us than for Dortmund.
Ham Osmers gets this match day 22 underway. The first little run.
Guter Ball. Mach ihn! Oh! Scheiße, ey!
The first half of the game gave you the feeling as a Bochum fan that we could get something here.
Hier geht heute was.
Philipp Hoffmann trying to turn. There's a chance for Masuras.
Das sieht gar nicht so schlecht aus.
Girassi. Now, Seru Girassi.
Mit der Nummer 1 im Tor, Timo! Direkt mal abfeiern, ey.
Now, Gerrit Holtmann.
Hand! Foul! Alles! Hand, Foul, Elber!
I'm just a fan through and through, and I get caught up in the game. I kick every ball.
Now, slotted. Hoffmann. There's Masuras! Bochum get the goal. And it's not that they haven't deserved it either.
34. Spielminute, Tor für unser VfL! Nachspielstand, Bochum Dortmund, 1:0. Torschütze, der Spieler mit der Nummer 11, Georgios!
If you told me before kickoff Yorgos Masuras will score 2 in the first half against Dortmund, I'd have said, yeah, right, and then we'll turn off the PlayStation. But that's actually how the game went.
Das Spiel halt einfach.
Now they've given the ball away.
Mach ihn!
Masuras going for his second. Dortmund have imploded in the space of a couple of minutes. And Masuras has said, Efkaristopoli, thank you very much.
35. Spielminute, Tor für unser VfL! Nachspielstand, Bochum Dortmund, 2:0. Torschütze, erneut der Spieler mit der Nummer 11, Georgios! 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 Wen lieben wir? VfL! Pfeif ab! Ja, oder? Ja, das Five-Up ist...
Yeah, me calling for the final whistle is kind of because of all the other games where we've led 2-0.
Die wir schon erlebt haben, als wir 2-0 geführt haben.
Half-time whistle goes.
Und mit einem einzigen Tor.
A single goal, which could be due to a moment of carelessness, a lucky shot or a set piece, the whole game can turn on its head. And obviously, the danger is always great when you're playing against a team that you know have the quality that's difficult to defend against, which Dortmund have. If you let them back into the game, no matter how, or if they can get back into it, then it gets wild and you can end up losing.
Dann kannst du nach Hause gehen.
Oh, he was shot there. Bernardo gets a yellow.
Mann, ey. Kommt nicht mehr raus.
Oh, gets into superb there. Really good stuff. Lays into Brandt.
Ja!
Straight into the arms of Timo Horn.
Ja, aber das geht aber nicht lange gut. Stark, ja! Ja, das ist Bochum.
Yeah, that's Bochum, and this is a relegation battle. Just that absolute determination, that unyielding will, that tough tackling, that's what it's all about. And that's celebrated in Bochum like nowhere else.
Kein anderer Schall. Bleib oben, ja! Ja!
And then put out for a goal kick, using all the tricks, all those simple things.
Oh, das ist geil, wenn das 2-0 ausgeht, ey. Ja!
Look at that, the tackling.
Mach es doch nicht in die Mitte, Mann!
Fair, hard, and effective. The crowd know that 94 minutes has gone. just beaten their local rivals.
Krass, Alter.
Amazing. It was full time. We'd just beaten Dortmund 2-0. On the way home, I'm going to message every Dortmund fan I know and say, don't worry, anyone can lose to Bochum.
Gegen Bochum kann man mal verlieren.
We're now in Gelsenkirchen Buhr, in the Buhr district. I started working here at the Hugo Colliery in 1976 at the age of 15, against my father's wishes. He wanted me to do something better. I'm Klaus Herzmanatus. I'm 63. I was a miner here for 25 years, the fourth generation in my family.
When
I stand up here on the winding tower and look towards Gelsenkirchen and Buhr, I see this incredible expanse of green. What moves me is the view towards the stadium, and if you look closely, you can see the Konsol winding tower to the right of the stadium. That was the birthplace of Schalke, where the first people who founded the club worked, like Kutzora and the rest.
Und dann kamen sie, die Begründer des Schalker Ruhms, die alte Mannschaft, die sechsmal den deutschen Meistertitel in die Mauer ihrer Heimatstadt brachte, die Männer um Czepan und Kutzora.
Siegreich kehrten sie zurück von dem schweren Entscheidungsspiel um die deutsche Fußballmeisterschaft 1958 in Hannover.
They had the same principles as we did in mining. Solidarity, standing up for each other, being there for each other. That's why when we talk about Schalke or football, that if you stick together, you can move mountains. So we're in a mining area, and since we can't actually show what it's like underground anymore, we've recreated what it was like 1,200 meters below the surface.
Klaus Herzmanatus invited us several times as a team to go underground. We were all given miner's lamps, that white outfit, put on helmets, and went down in the lift to take a look around.
What I've got here is a mining hammer. It's really heavy. You can't really tell that on film. But it's amazing when I imagine my father, grandfather, great-grandfather getting started on a piece of coal. There was no need for a gym then. They were so fit and had such strong arms. You didn't want to mess with them. Underground, I had to rely on my colleagues. If something happened to me, I'd be dead before the doctor could get there. Yes, working underground's like being on a football team. You have to try and help your colleagues if something goes wrong.
That actually describes it quite well, that it was always a team effort. A simple example is washing after being underground, where you scrub each other's backs because you can't do it on your own. There's no fear of physical contact between us. We're all equal.
And we still have real original coal here. Coal from underground's now a rarity. You can't get hold of it anymore because none of us will ever see what's down there now. That's because all of the mines are closed.
Because we were unable to manage the structural change after the closure of the coal mines, a lot's been lost here.
There used to be work here, lots of work, hard work. Coal was mined, steelworks were built, and so on. Now the Ruhr district has the highest unemployment rate in Germany.
And I believe that this has made Schalke even more important to people.
The last home game of the year for Schalke, and they are commemorating the closing of the coal mine industry. Born on coal, so goes the saying.
Liebe Bergleute, ihr habt bis zum Schluss gekämpft. Ihr wart mit Herzblut dabei. Ich bin sehr stolz und ich verneige mich vor euch.
If you join Schalke and you don't know what mining means, you're in the wrong place. I think that's what people have tried to do, to explain to people who came to Schalke what Schalke actually means.
One of the most important things you have to do when you work at Schalke as a coach is to make it clear to the players that they're also playing for the fans and giving their all for the fans.
Ja, und auch alles geben für die Fans.
That's their anchor. And it doesn't matter at all whether you have nothing in your wallet or a 20-euro note. Schalke is what connects people here.
Oh, memories are coming back already. I grew up here. It's crazy to be back here.
Wahnsinn hier, ja, zurück zu sein und das ist auch richtig.
And this is proper Ruhr district.
Ruhrpott, ne? Ja, ich bin in Dortmund-Ewing aufgewachsen.
I grew up in Dortmund-Ewing. People who come from Dortmund know what that means. Everyone calls it Little Chicago because there are so many high-rise buildings. I lived here on the 6th floor. My cousin lived above me on the 7th floor, along with many friends. We always met outside after school. We'd throw our school bags down. We'd go downstairs and play football on the field or on an asphalt pitch. Everyone wore a Dortmund shirt. We played mini World Cups, 5v5. Our childhood was just wonderful. We often broke some windows here. It was always dangerous if you lived downstairs, and there was often a bit of drama for us. We obviously didn't have a sign like this saying no ball games. In our day, we wouldn't have taken it down immediately.
Hallo.
I feel like I know everyone here. The way they get excited to see me and how warm they are towards me, I think that's what makes Dortmund so special. I love this city and I love the people here, which is why the city means everything to me, alongside my children.
You see Schalke stickers everywhere, in every window, on the backs of cars, flags. The garages are covered in Schalke. House roofs are covered with Schalke crests. I'd say that Schalke means everything to people. Schalke is the centre of many people's lives. You have to imagine that the unemployment rate is almost 25% here in the Ruhr district, or at least here in Gelsenkirchen. Perhaps the quality of life isn't as high as in Munich, for example. And that's where this club and the mutual support play an extremely important role. I first joined when I was 14 and played my first games here, less than 100 meters away at the Glückaufkampfbahn. Back then, we still played on cinder pitches, and with square wooden goals, it was truly legendary.
Die Glückaufkampfbahn war ein riesiger Festplatz, geschmückt mit den Farben des FC Gelsenkirchen Schalke 04.
Sie war Spielstätte für die großen Schalker Mannschaften. Zwischenzeitlich stillgelegt, spielen nun immerhin die Amateur- und Jugendmannschaften auf dem traditionsreichen Platz.
The Glückaufkampfbahn definitely evokes warm feelings in me. It's an incredibly great and emotional place for me.
Emotionaler Ort für mich.
Obviously, it was always my big goal to play in the big stadium one day. My first Bundesliga match here was against Karlsruhe, playing left back.
Als linker Verteidiger damals.
Unfortunately, we lost 2-0, but it was still an incredible feeling, just the way I felt at the time, because you spend your whole youth working towards that, to get here one day.
Seine ganze Jugend irgendwie gearbeitet, irgendwann da zu landen.
Spielst du auch schon Fußball? Wo denn?
Sag mal FC Merkur.
Ja? Ah, da habe ich auch mal gespielt. Ja? Ja.
I think every boy dreams of playing in a stadium somewhere, no matter which club you support. I've been a Borussia Dortmund fan all my life, so I'm obviously very grateful that my dream came true in my first Bundesliga match against Köln. I'm obviously very grateful.
Ich habe mich warm gemacht.
I was warming up and then Jürgen Klopp called over. He kept calling, but I kept saying, me? I didn't believe he wanted to bring me on. The whole stadium then jumped up and sang, "We're all Dortmund boys." Oh, it was so loud. And that's how the song "We're All Dortmund Boys" came about. No one will ever forget that moment. My love for Borussia came about when my father took me to the South Stand for the first time when I was 4. Obviously, I didn't really understand it all at the time. I just went along as a little boy, stood there or sat on my father's shoulders. Coincidentally, that was also against Köln back in 1992.
Den ersten FC Köln, das war 1992.
Yeah, and then my father kept taking me with him. And when I was 7, I got my first season ticket. Or rather, I took over my grandmother's. And since then, I've actually been to every home game. It's indescribable. When everyone jumps up and down on the steps, it really shakes and wobbles a bit.
We have this special stadium with this special energy created by the special fans.
The crucial thing is that we simply have this 25,000 strong yellow wall that's unbroken. I believe we've been sold out for 12 years now. I don't know if that's ever happened anywhere else or if it happens anywhere else. We've had the highest attendance figures in Germany for 14 years and often in Europe too. When you play there, you just get a real buzz to win games.
Spiele zu gewinnen.
When you come out of the tunnel, look to your left and see the yellow wall shining, especially when they're doing a tifo. It's just unique and impressive.
Einfach einzigartig und beeindruckend.
When a goal scored, you end up 2 or 3 steps down with your arms around complete strangers. It's a unique experience.
What a stage. What a setting. It's come to Julian Brandt. Brandt went for goal and finds the target.
Mann, endlich, ey! Endlich mal, ey!
Brandt, woeful. Chance gone. Game gone. That's it.
Feierabend.
The final score, Dortmund 1, Stuttgart 2.
I think the season has been up and down. A win, then a defeat, which is obviously not what Borussia Dortmund expects. But that's just part of life. And that's what makes us stronger here at Dortmund. We'll learn from this season and stick together even more.
Hallo. Alles gut? Ja, selbst auch. Ich weiß ja, wie viel Mal bist du aufgelaufen? Wie häufig? Ja, so, keine Ahnung, 250, 300.
Schalke 04 spielt mittlerweile.
Schalke now play in Bundesliga 2, and yet you see that this stadium is full week after week.
Stadion Woche für Woche voll ist.
I've always seen it as an incredible privilege to play in this stadium. We've had some huge games here where the roof almost blew off.
Das Arenadach fast weggeflogen ist.
You lie in bed in the evening or at night after the game, and your ears are still ringing because it's so incredibly loud in this stadium.
Unfassbar laut ist in diesem Stadion. Es gibt dir
It gives you an extra boost. It's that famous 12th man behind you who carries you forward. For example, I wasn't on the pitch as a player anymore, but here as a spectator when we were promoted back to the Bundesliga, with the game here against St. Pauli, and we were 2-0 down.
Gegen St. Pauli hier das Spiel hatte und man liegt 2-0 zurück. Und trotzdem hat hier jeder...
And yet everyone here felt we were going to win this today. And the North Stand, the whole stadium, pushed the team forward so much that they ended up winning 3-2.
Dass sie am Ende 3-2 gewinnt.
This could finish it! It has! It's Salazar! Oh my word!
That was so special. I still get goosebumps just talking about it. It threw me even deeper into the legend of Schalke.
Schalke Mythos.
It's the biggest cheer of the season, in the biggest game of the season. Promotion secured.
The connection between the fans and us was incredible. The bond was so strong, this feeling of togetherness.
Einmal Schalke, immer Schalke.
Once you're Schalke, you're always Schalke. That's how it is. You're blue and white, and you'll always be blue and white.
For many, the club is even on a par with their own family.
In a way, it's also a community of faith, not in a religious sense, but in terms of what the club means to the entire region.
Schalke really is legendary because of the whole story. From being miners, working underground, solidarity, the Glückaufkampfbahn, the Parkstadion, then the Veltins Arena. They're all things that came together like building blocks, and they make Schalke so special.
Grüß dich, Junge.
Grüß dich.
Glück auf. Alles gut? Ja. Das ist eine Zeit her, ey.
Wahnsinn, oder?
Ja,
Leider nicht gesehen.
Super.
Ja. Hub Stevens hat ja immer den Ruf weg.
Hub Stevens always had a reputation as the grumpy guy from Kerkrade. I just don't think that's true. On the outside, he was someone who would sometimes really let rip. But I think deep down, he's a really good person.
Ein herzensguter Mensch.
Guck mal. Hey, mit Andy. Schön, ja.
Vor allem, du musst dir mal überlegen, 25 Jahre her.
Haben die Bursche unheimlich viel von gelernt.
Also ich fand das
I thought the photo was so great. It's from a trip to the mines we took in 2000 with the whole team. I still remember when I got him to sign it for me. He was smiling and said, "Oh, I'm laughing. I'll never forget that. That's why I said I had to bring it."
Ah, super.
Und daran sieht man, dass wir nicht älter werden. Guck mal. Ne? Die Haare ein kleines bisschen grauer, aber ansonsten, man muss ja wissen, sein Vater.
You have to remember his father was a miner. I think you could really sense that Hub Stevens had a lot in his heart, including his connection to his father and his family history. He knew he was at a club of miners and grafters, so it was important to him to pass that to the players. You could really sense that.
Das den Spielern noch mitzugeben. Das hat man wirklich gemerkt.
Wenn die Leute das wussten.
Since the people here, the miners, the fans, knew that, they accepted me much earlier than maybe if I hadn't been a miner's son.
Vielleicht ich nicht ein Sohn des Bergmanns war gewesen.
Ja, Hub. Parkstadion, ne?
Hier.
Der Mast ist übergeblieben, die Gegengerade ist übergeblieben.
Das Parkstadion, ja, das war Schalke. Ja, das war zu Hause von uns allen.
Wenn wir von irgendwoher, wo auch immer in der Weltgeschichte kamen und du hast die Parkstadionmasten gesehen, hast du gesagt, so, jetzt bist du zu Hause.
Ja.
Im Parkstadion hängen so viele Erinnerungen.
There are so many memories associated with the Parkstadion. That last game alone, the whole thing was like a film.
Ja, das lief so wie ein Film an einem vorbei.
Look, everyone talks about the last game because it was sensational.
Natürlich auch sensationell.
A historic goodbye to the legendary Parkstadion.
We went into it believing that Bayern would be champions.
Bayern had to play at Hamburg.
Bayern would not let Hamburg take it away from them now.
We had to hope Hamburg would beat Bayern, but we had to beat Unterhaching. That's how we approached it. It was a bad start. We went 2-0 down.
And then we showed real character to get back into the game.
I passed the ball. I didn't even know that. I got the long ball. I didn't even know I was involved. I made it 2-2 just before the break. Then we came back out and actually went 3-2 down.
Then we turned it around.
And then things clicked in attack and we won 5-3.
The atmosphere would have been good either way. We were finishing second, which was more than we could have expected. And then suddenly, Barbares scored. And you think, no way, this can't be happening. If it stays like this, we're champions. Then you get the final whistle. The last pass was played to me. I pick up the ball and what do? I put the ball in my bag because it's my title-winning ball. I dreamed about being champion since I was this big.
Einmal Meister werden.
I couldn't believe it, because I could see on the screen that something was still happening in Hamburg.
I'll never forget that day, and I don't want to.
It shouldn't have happened. Period.